Welcome to the Pastor Chira Show. I'm Pastor Chira, and today we launch. We launch into new territory. We launch into new mindset. We launch into new relationship. Are you ready to launch out? Come on and launch out with me as we go into this conversation on today. And I'm a little excited, just a little excited, because we have somebody that has come to sit and talk with us today just to give us a little bit of insight on, you're gonna find out, because we have none other than David Frazier, who has come to sit down and talk with Pastor Chira today. Hi, Minister Frazier. How are you?
I'm blessed and so happy and honored to be here with you today.
I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm just a little excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited.
I am, and I want to say thank you for coming to sit and talk with us today so we can get a little insight from you. But you know what? There just may be somebody who hasn't heard your name yet. I don't know how, but could you just introduce yourself to the viewing audience on today?
Well, my name is David Frazier, and I've been blessed over the last 30 or so years to be involved in music ministry as a songwriter, as a producer, as an artist. I've written just about 30 songs for Bishop Hezekiah Walker, Love Fellowship Choir. Songs like Power Belongs to God, Second Chance, How Much We Can Bear, I'll Fly Away, Power Belongs to God. And the church anthem, I Need You to Survive, is in that list. Never Gonna Let You Go, He's on Your Side, Let the Glory, a lot of those songs, and other songs for other artists as well. Karen Clark Sheard, Holy Thou Art Holy on her first album. Most recently, Ricky Dillard and New G Release, which was nominated for a Grammy last year, and Making Room, that's currently on the latest record. But I've been blessed to work with Pastor Shirley Caesar, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Colorado Mass Choir, James Paul, Jonathan Nelson, and it's a pretty much lengthy list. And I have my own music as well, a series called Songs and Spiritual Songs, which a lot of songs have come from, like Show Yourself Mighty, His Presence is Here to Heal, and a kind of a fellowship song a lot of churches are singing, God is Doing Something Wonderful in Me, came from that series. And also blessed to write a new women's devotional book called The Fearless Woman. And I happen to have one right here. It's 245 full color pages of devotions and encouragement and inspiration for ladies. It's a 40-day, 245 page full color, Black created, Black owned, Fearless Woman devotional journal. So we have that, and music, and that's what we do. We're writing songs and working with people. That's what we live, and we breathe and believe God has graced us to do. So anything has to do with writing, anything has to do with producing, and creating music for people to sing in their churches or sing at home or sing in their private time. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I've been blessed to do.
This is who you are, and this is what you do. This is who you are, and this is what you do. And so honestly, with the songs that you named and, the plethora of lists that you just gave, people know you, but they know you through somebody else, or they know you through other voices. They know you through. Was that intentional for you, or was that something that just developed and happened?
Well, I think when I started out, I'm a church boy, born and raised Brooklyn, New York, and I did everything at church. I ushered, I sang in the choir, I played the drums, played the bass, played the piano, played the organ, then ministered music, then started writing songs. It took a long time for me to come in front of a microphone. I didn't really come in front of a microphone really officially until I put out the Favor record. I'm Walking in the Favor of God, which is still played on satellite all the time.
Yes.
That was my first real actual singing single, and that didn't happen until around 2008, 2009, 2010. So it's only been about 12 years since I've been in front of a microphone. But when you write songs or when you produce projects, a lot of people don't know who are the people that work in the backside of things, in the background of things, and it's okay, especially if things that you're doing in the background causes something to be successful. So, I couldn't be more grateful that the music that I've done in the background that had the small type of writer, a small type of producer, a small type of arranger, has blessed so many people. So I don't feel a way about that.
That's good. Well, you know what? And I wouldn't say feel a way about that, but was that because like you said, you grew up in church, and you did a lot, and you were seen, because we're seen in church. So when we're ushering and when we're doing, the music ministries and things like that, and we're playing, everybody sees us, we are the go-to people. We're the ones that everybody, especially when you're a musician, I mean, come on. Everybody want to be around you. Everybody want to know you because you making it happen. You doing it. So, to go from that, did you ever really see because you are a musician, you play. You play everything. A lot. So, right? But the writing part, it's the writing. How did you get into that? Where did that come from? How did that develop?
Honestly, it came, I was about maybe about 7 or 8 when I first gave my life to Christ and got baptized. And I used to watch the organist at my church, who's a phenomenal musician, songwriter. He's a bishop and an apostle now. His name is Michael Rogers. And I watched him play.
Bishop Michael Rogers in Portsmouth?
Yes. That's in the Virginia area. He's in Portsmouth.
He's in Portsmouth, yes.
Yes, I was one of the young guys that, as I was growing up, I watched him play and write songs. And the church was the Bible Way Church in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
But our radio choir made albums on Savoy Records, and our national choir recorded a couple of projects. And I was growing up, a young guy, and I was a drummer, and I just wanted to participate and be involved in church. And I just asked the Lord, I asked God, please let me write songs like Michael Rogers. If I could just write songs like Michael Rogers, I would be good. And I started late with that. I started around 86, 87, I guess. Mm-hmm. But when I got going with it, I really started following it really, really heavy and just kind of studying writing and studying popular music and then becoming a student of gospel music, which is something that I tell people, anybody that wants to get involved in writing songs or producing records or training choirs, become a student of the music. You can learn so much by listening. So started there, wrote my first song, played it for Bishop. And he told me the first time I played the song for him, he said it needed some work. And so about 2 years later, I played it for him again, the same song. And he said to me, we're going to record that on the National Choir album. And that was one of my first placements.
Did you fall out? Did you fall out when he said that?
I was very happy. And then shortly after that, he moved to Virginia to take over the church there, and I became the minister of music maybe 18, 19 years old. And I just took up what he was doing and started writing the radio theme, the television theme, Easter music, Christmas music. I was writing a lot. And so that's how I connected with Bishop Walker, who has started Love Fellowship, and he didn't write a lot of songs. So I had songs, Melvin Crispell had songs, and we just started writing and making that piece happen. So
that's bring it all together.
How it all got started. So
wow, that's amazing. That is, wow. He was like, Bishop Michael Rogers. I know who that is. I know that. I know that name.
Also, Michael Joseph Rogers.
Yes.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
I remember the first time I was a piano player, had never played the organ before, and he called me over one Sunday morning in the middle of the service, said, "Come on to the organ." And I said, "Yes." He said, "Can I help you?" He said, "Put your right hand down here, put your left hand up here." He said, "I'll show you how to do the pedals and stuff later." And that's how I started playing the organ.
That's how you learned?
Yeah, I was playing the piano. He liked the way I played the piano, and he just said, "I need you to come over here and play the organ because you can't carry the service playing the piano." He said, "Put your left hand on the top register, put your right hand on the bottom, play the bass up here, play your chords over here, and the pedals I'll show you later. I'll show you how to do that later." And that was on a Sunday morning, full packed church, and I started that way. Just started practicing and kind of understanding the movements of it. And when I got it good, he would start me out and then say, "Go ahead, take it," and I would take it. And so, and that's what I started doing.
Listen, they cannot say that we weren't taught in church. We were taught how to do everything in church.
Yeah,
it's our foundation.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much how I learned how to do everything. I just sat with the drummer with my sticks until I got a chance, sat with the piano player until I got my chance, sat with the organist till I got my chance. And that's how I made it.
Did you ever take formal lessons? Did you ever do formal lessons?
No, my mother used to play piano, so she wanted to teach me. And I didn't really gravitate to that, so I went to the drums. But then around about 15, 16 years old, I went to a piano teacher locally in Brooklyn. Her name was Michelle Copney, and she taught me some basic understanding of what we would call ear training or theory.
Yeah.
And I went to her for about a year or so. And then from what she gave me, I still wanted to play the drums. So I just kept playing the drums until I couldn't play drums no more, or churches didn't have drum sets as much as they had organs and pianos. So that's how I was able to kind of move on to the next thing.
So you were like, all right, okay, I hear you, God. All right, I'll go to the next thing. I'll do it. Okay.
On to the next thing.
Well, we are going to go to a commercial break real quick. But when we come back, I want to talk about your song. I want to talk about your book. I really want to talk about your book. And I want to talk about this t-shirt you got on. I want to talk about this second chance. Yeah, I want to talk about that. So we're going to go to a quick commercial, and when we come back, we're going to talk about just a couple of more things. So we will, second chance, we will be right back. We are back, and we are back with, I'm going to say, Minister David Frazier, because he's done so much. Listen, he is ministering to all of us in all kinds of ways. He told us a little bit about his music, but now I want to hear a little bit about this book that is very interesting to me, because you wrote, with another young lady, you wrote a woman's devotional. And I'm just curious. I'm curious. What made you, because I'm getting one of those. What made you do a woman's devotional?
Well, about 2 years ago, I guess the story goes like this. I received an inbox from a young lady that I used to play for her church when I lived in Brooklyn. And she was inquiring, was I going to be in town soon doing some music? And I said, yes, I'm going to be at another church sharing. And she said, I want to come to the service, but I haven't left my house in 5 months. I'm afraid to go outside my house. I'm afraid to go down the stairs, get on the elevator. I'm just deathly afraid. And I don't know if I'll be able to come. I really want to, but unless someone can come get me, I'm afraid. I have fear. And after the conversation through inbox, I just was encouraging a young lady. I was sending scriptures and different things. I started posting certain things about fear, and I discovered through some study of the Bible that, the Bible says 365 times, I do not fear. The phrase "do not fear" or "fear not" appears in the Bible 365 times. And I was just learning different things and reading different texts, some of those texts and how it applied to different situations and circumstances. So I had all this information, and I had made all these posts that started out just to be a couple of days worth, but then turned it out to be more like 60 some days worth of postings on fear. And what I decided to do was take that content and connect with a young lady that I met. Her name is Ashlyn Fields. She creates journals for women, and got with her and said, hey, can you do something with my content? I want to create something unique for women. And she got together with me, and we got on the computer day after day, going through some of the content that's in the book. And it's a journal for people that like to journal, but it's also a daily devotional, which has scripture, it has encouraging phrases and inspirational phrasing, it has artwork, it has interactive exercises, cognitive different things, cognitive training pieces. It has a lot of stuff. So it's a 40-day devotional, but it's 245 pages because every day is not the same. So some days you may have journaling and exercise. Some days you may have positive affirmations. Some days you may have just different things that's in the book. And it took a little while to put together, but I'm glad we have that. And there's a website for it. It's IamAFearlessWoman.com. IamAFearlessWoman.com. And you can order it right there. The whole package comes with the book. There's a T-shirt that says "I'm a Fearless Woman," which I had designed just special, and it comes in different colors, and also a pin that says "I'm a Fearless Woman." So you get a pin, you get a journal, and you get a T-shirt. And we've been sharing that with different women's ministries around the country. And just as far as I can share it, I've been sharing it. So yeah, that's it's been an amazing thing to put together, but I hope that it's a blessing to people, and we've heard that it has been a blessing. So I appreciate that.
Listen, it sounds like it's a blessing to the one that you started with. Did she get out the house?
Yes. And she has gotten out the house. She's in therapy and she's developing. And sometimes, you do things, you put things together. You don't know, even with songwriting, you don't know exactly the scope of some of the things. When I first did I Need You to Survive, I didn't know that Oprah Winfrey was going to stumble into a church one day and sing it and put it on her show. It's been used by Democratic National Convention, Republican National Convention, the Boston Pops, the London Symphony Orchestra. It's different languages, movies. Yeah, I didn't know when I was sitting in a small church on a Sunday morning listening to a preacher preach from 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, that just that little interaction would birth something that goes on around the world. And I've traveled to all different places around the world and done it and with thousands of people at one time, So it's just, you don't know. You just got to keep doing. You got to keep sowing. You got to keep serving, and you'll see the increase. So this is just another piece to hopefully be a blessing to some people.
Because it honestly just came from someone making a request. She literally just was like, I want to see you. I want to come out, but I can't. I can't.
Yeah, fear is one of those things that can I think one of the affirmations on one of the days says, don't be afraid of failure, but be afraid not to try.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, the things in front of us seem to be daunting, but not trying, robs you of the ability. There's nothing wrong with failing, because you can fail forward.
Yes. You can. Yes, you
You
can.
can learn, from the things that you go through. There's a I don't know if you ever watch any of the Olympics or any kind of track and field. They put their feet in these little blocks, and I don't know if you noticed, the blocks are slanted forward, so that if you fall, you can't fall backwards. You can only fall forward.
That's right.
So it's okay, fall forward, but just keep on going. So
right, because
hopefully
you're in the right you're in the right direction. You're still going in the right direction.
Forward is where we. What's ahead of us is better than what's behind us. So
that's right. Always. And so I looked at it and I was like, so are we going to do one for men? Are we going to do a book for men? Are we working on one for men?
We're gonna do one for men. Probably 2023. It's probably just going to be called Fearless, and it'll be like a kind of like photo imagery, kind of a lot more images. Like this particular book has like more. Like, first of all, it's super colorful.
Yes.
But it has like images and things that are in here that are lady friendly, flowers.
Right.
And there are women in here, pictures of women doing things, and there's like a lady here sitting, relaxing. It's all kinds of nice little things in here. But I think men want things that's a little bit more direct, more not as much. So
no
it'll
fluff.
probably be no fluff. They want to get right to the point, and they want to be able to. We're also, men are very visual, so I'm thinking about having some images of some successful men, football players, doctors, lawyers, politicians, janitors, school teachers, and just showing fathers, and just having the affirmations and things pretty compact for the guys. So that hopefully 2023 that'll come.
I'm excited because I said, if this looks like this for the women, this men's book is going to be something else. I'm excited about.
That's definitely our hope. That's definitely our hope.
I'm excited because our men need that. They need to know.
We all could use some encouragement, and
yes,
we all could use some empowerment. We all could use some things to affirmations and things that we can declare over our lives. So this is what this is about. So I wanted to hopefully impact some people's day to day. So that's why
you're doing it. I'm sure. Listen, I don't even have it yet, and I am encouraged and inspired about that book. I just looked at it on the website.
And I'll tell you, we'll ship it out really, really pretty. We have these pretty blue boxes, and it comes with little confetti and a little "You're a Fearless Woman" and nice little bags and stuff and little rose petals. It's shipped out very nice, and we've gotten a good response from that.
You make us feel real good, huh? You make us feel real good.
We try all we can.
Because it sounds like you are all about the people. You are about, in all of your writing and everything that you do, you are about making sure that people are encouraged, inspired, and they get what they need, not just from you, but they're being directed to God. So, am I right about that? Am I off?
Well, I was taught very early on that it's hard to do ministry if you don't love people. That's like the beginning. That's like the entry level. Everything that we do everything, for God so loved people that He gave.
Thank you.
So I think ministry now has been kind of more about the individual saying to people, "Love me,"
Yeah.
and more than the individual saying to the people, "God loves you and I love you."
Right.
So, problem. Second Chance was done originally on the Live in New York by Any Means album
Right.
that Bishop Walker did. I about 2 or 3 years ago, I was asked to go to an event and sing some of the Love Fellowship music that I've written. And I did Second Chance, and I gave the mic to Yana Crawley, who's happened to be in the audience, and she sang it. And my attorney said to me at that time, said, "Hey man, you need to do Second Chance again and let Yana sing it." And it took a little time because of COVID and things of that nature, but we were able to put out the single, Second Chance featuring Yana Crawley. So that's out on all digital outlets. And I'll just invite everybody that watches this. You can find, if you go to Apple Music, you put my name in, David Frazier, you'll see everything that I've ever done. If you go to Spotify, you'll see everything I've ever done. So you just put that in there. You can go to my website, davidfrazier.net. But Second Chance, we tried to put the whole Second Chance experience into about 4 minutes, and I think we've been successful in creating something that kind of gives a good revisit of a great song.
Because it is a great song. Second Chance is a great, and we all need a second, third. Like she said in the first one, another chance, and another.
Yes, second doesn't limit us to two. It's just that when we've used all of our first chances up, we can always go back and get a second chance.
And get another one. Minister Frazier, I want to thank you so very much for sitting down and just sharing a little bit of you with us, because there's so much of you to share. And I thank you for continually sharing with the world everything that God has in you by not keeping it inside, but letting it out so that we can all get the fearless healing that we need by coming out. Coming out of our houses, coming out of our walls, coming out of our closets, just coming out, because you are giving us the music, the writing, the everything that you have. Thank you. If nobody else tells you, I want to tell you, thank you for being you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. That was Minister David Frazier. And if you didn't know him, you know him now. You want to get everything that he's got, because I'm telling you, it's going to bless your life today and moving forward. I'm Pastor Chira. This is the Pastor Chira Show, and I'll see you next week. God bless.